An army of undead goblins attacking us in the middle of the night is not exactly good news, but the silver lining in all of this is that most of my hearthlings are in bed. So we should be able to get my fighters out here to start dealing with some of this. Now you have 400 hit points. You have 400. I think these guys all have 400. We've got these little guys who have 240 each by the looks of it, which is great. And then you have 850. So in theory, we should actually be able to deal with this fairly quickly. That's going to be the hope anyway. I'm not going to turn on alert mode because alert mode is going to try and send my hearthlings into the mines up there. We've also got, apparently, what are you doing? You know what? I don't want to know what you're doing. I'm not going to worry about what you're doing. I need you guys to, there we go, start attacking them from about as far away as we can manage. Let's micromanage this fight also as much as I can manage, because the sooner we kill these guys, who do quite a chunk of damage actually, the sooner we can deal with the little guys, which, oh man, already got a footman that's really badly injured in there. That's not going to be doing us any favors. Let's hopefully deal with all of these little guys, which it looks like we've done, and then it's just going to be the big guy, which is their knight. Okay, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie. I was really worried about what we were going to be dealing with there, but no, that's pretty good. Food situation continues to get worse. That's fine. We've got, what is this, farming supplies? I don't know that we need any of this, to be honest with you. The animal feed would be nice, actually. We'll buy all of that. And then fish kibble, I'm not really worried about. So that's, yeah, that seems fine. We'll get some animal feed so that whatever animals we have in here can actually be fed. They die regularly, by the way. We have got the shepherd doing his thing, but, well, I don't know that Sen's the best shepherd. I just don't know, unfortunately, because the animals they just kind of die all the time. So I've got no real idea what's going on there. We do have some orders. I think the shepherd's set up to start making feed. Yeah, we have got you making pollo feed. We could probably afford to make more of that. So let's have you maintain 10 of it, so we can hopefully look after those chickens. The duck feed we don't need to worry about. Animal fodder, same thing. Let's have you maintain 10 of that, which apparently got rid of the pollo one, which is interesting. And then fertilizer, let's have you maintain, I'm going to say 5 of that. And also like better fertilizer as well. Let's have you maintain 5 of that. And there's everything back. Okay. So hopefully that'll help the shepherd do better things. It would be nice if the shepherd was a little bit less terrible. It's supposed to be a source of food, and I feel like it's just a source of sadness right now. So yeah, hopefully we can do something about that in the not too distant future. Oh, now look at this. I think we are done with our mining task, which is very exciting because it means I can go into my town info. I can go to my hearthlings, and I can now go to my workers and say, hey, now that you're not doing all of that, let's have you guys just sort of do everything else. So you can go back to chopping down trees. You can go back to building things. Just do whatever it is you want to do or you need to do. It really makes no difference to me, because now they're going to start building things. We're going to see this gatehouse come together. We're hopefully going to see some of these houses and these workshops come together. It's going to be good. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want to see is everything coming together. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. It is obviously, it's a lot of construction that we need to do right now. It's an awful lot of construction that we need to do right now, but I'm sure we'll get there. I'm also thinking it might be worth, at least just for now, adding some kind of ladder right about there so that the hearthlings can get up towards this space a little bit quicker, so they don't have to run, down the stairs right there. That might just improve things. And speaking of ladders, there's a bunch of them around here that need to be. There we go. Now they're starting to pull them up, which is great. They have done a really good job of these walls. as soon as the ladders are all gone, I think we could start the process of sort of decorating this space a little bit. I really don't know what the walls are going to look like, and I kind of don't want them to be hollow, because if they are, I think my hearthlings might get stuck. But I kind of need to wait for the ladders to go anyway before I can start getting involved in that whole thing. And I also need to figure out where the walls are going to stop. I'm kind of thinking here. I think this corner kind of makes sense, since we have like the farms and the forest down here. So I think that's what we'll do. And then on this side, I guess this corner kind of makes sense. So we'll sort of run into that cliff right there. Yeah, I guess that works. That absolutely works. Again, we just need the ladders to go away, so hopefully that doesn't take too long, and hopefully, I don't know, it's a lot of construction projects that I've got the Hearthlings doing right now, so I have every bit of faith that Stonehearth will be Stonehearth about this and really struggle with what I'm trying to do. It's even struggling to toggle the walls right now, so I think the game might need a reload, to be honest with you. It is definitely, yeah, there we go. It's really, it's having a tough time, man. It's having a really tough time. And there we go. Everything is a little bit smoother, although it's struggling. The game's definitely having a tough time right now. So I think what I'm gonna do, just to help it along a little bit, is I'm gonna pause construction on a few things here, because I think that might be part of the problem. So the mason, the houses, this tailor, they can all be paused. The cook shop can be paused, and probably the herbalist. We'll kind of go and work on this guy and work on this guy, and then work on everything else, so that we can kind of hopefully not completely overwhelm my hearthlings, because I think that's part of what's going on right now. And I'm also thinking that honestly, having like 5 builders working on one building, that's gotta make it a little bit easier to get through that, right? That's gotta make life a little bit easier and things a little bit easier to build. I would hope. I would sincerely hope. Anyway, I sent my fighters out to deal with some deer right there. I forgot that every time I do this, I have to reset their defend order. So again, I'm just gonna tell them to stand down in there and just hang around. It keeps them nice and central. It means that if my hearthlings get attacked, we are right here and able to look after them, and hopefully that's going to be what we can continue to do. There doesn't really seem to be much around the map right now that I need to worry about. We do have some wolves down this way. That's not too big of a deal. We've got, what are you? Oh, it's what is that? It's a duck. All right. Well, it's a duck technically, but you know, it's a duck. We've got Cthulhu chilling over there. And yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's too much wandering around right now, which is good. I imagine that's going to change, but right now it's good. There's, again, some wolves down here, but they don't seem to be bothering anybody. Which might be famous last words now that I think about it. I might be setting myself up for disaster by sitting back and be like, oh, it's all right, it's all good, I'm relaxed, there's no problem. That might be a really bad idea. Hold on a second, where the hell did that come from? We have an engineer's wrench just sitting back here. Did I tell my blacksmith to make one of those? I don't remember if I did, but I guess now we have the capacity to get an engineer. I don't remember how we get an engineer. I mean, it's a crafting role, so someone like Davina might be pretty good at it. Honestly, Alex would be good at it as well. If we look at our good old workers in here, we need someone with, let's see, you, I guess, would be pretty solid. You've got a great mind. You do admittedly also have a green thumb. So if we look at your jobs, it is blacksmith into engineer. Now, the interesting thing with an engineer is I'm pretty sure they can place traps and turrets, which is interesting, and I do like that idea. What is my blacksmith queued up to do right now? Armors and things like that. Yeah, that checks out. That definitely checks out. What is this used for? Order and parcels to increase the herbalist's crafting speed and quality output. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a bad idea. What level blacksmith do I have right now? Level 4. Man, I don't want to reset my blacksmith. I don't have a level 6. Do I have a level 5? No, I've got a level 4 blacksmith. I don't want to reset it down, but I do kind of want to get an engineer. So I think maybe we kind of just deal with the fact that we're going to have the blacksmith being a little bit terrible for a while. If we go and change your jobs, an engineer is something we don't have currently, so we'll do that. And then we'll have someone become a blacksmith here shortly. This might be a bad idea. This really might be a bad idea, but my thinking is simple. It's that an engineer can build defenses, traps, and turrets. So therefore, that seems like something we should do. That seems like something we should have. And honestly, the engineer looks really cool as well, so I'm kind of here for it. No idea why we didn't get a pop-up saying that Jan is now an engineer, but that's fine. Let's have Kendra. I mean, is anyone else, are any of you, what have you got? You got the heart of a crafter. If you don't make at least one thing a day, they feel the day is wasted. All right, you know what? Kendra, congratulations. You are gonna go and be the blacksmith now. And I'm gonna need to queue up some things for you to do so that you level up kind of quickly. So let's have a look at what exactly the blacksmith can do. When did I get the brewer? I don't remember getting who was the brewer? I know I did it. I obviously did it at some point. Dan is the level 1 apprentice brewer. Okay. Genuinely, and maybe ironically, given it's a brewer. Fair enough. Okay. What does that leave us without then? It leaves us without a geomancer. And for the life of me, I don't remember how to get a geomancer. So let's have a look at what the engineer can do. So your workbench is going to need a lot of stuff we don't have, actually. Interesting. Okay. Gears and parts. You can make all of that, which is great. You can make a bronze crossbow. And then a steel Oh. So this is where this kind of stuff comes into play, because that has some really great stats on it. Okay. Suddenly, I want to use an engineer. We can get a refrigerator as well. We can get a vault, so we can get a bigger refrigerator. We got the turnip thrower, which I love. We got the bolt turret. We've got critter traps. The game's auto-saving, so that's fine. We got critter traps, so we got clamp traps, and we got decoy traps. We've got portcullis. We've got ironclad barn hatches. We've got building parts and fluid control. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Suddenly I'm very interested. Let me craft this. I know we can't do it right now, but that's fine. And let me go to my blacksmith and see what the blacksmith can do. Now you can make this, so I'm going to set that to be crafted. And we have got some tin ingots, which you will sort of maintain, but I want you to maintain, honestly, 20 of those. So let's update that. Same with the copper. Let's have you maintain 20 of those. And then we'll have you maintain bronze ingots as well. We'll have you maintain 20 of those. We'll do the same thing with the iron. We'll set up a queued order here to maintain 20 of those. And then the steel is going to consume iron, which we're not necessarily going to be doing for a while, but we'll maintain 10 of those. And that should be fine. And then eventually we can get into these slightly more efficient recipes and whatnot, which will be great. You know what? We'll queue up a maintain order for 10 silver. We'll do maintain, I don't know, 10 gold as well. I don't know if these are actually getting added or not, or if the menu is sort of dying on me a little bit. That's fine if it is. It's good old Stonehearth. Wouldn't be Stonehearth if it didn't. And then we do have things in here that we can do, we can craft as well. Ooh! I can just melt my gold coins into gold. That's good to know. I don't know if I would actually do that, but it's good to know that I can if I want. Oh, this is interesting. We're being invaded again. And these guys are all pretty big. We got 1,500, 1,200, 1,200. They're all pretty strong. And also my cleric is once again the first into a fight, which I continue to hate because the cleric is, oh, no. I don't know what are you doing? Why? Kayla, why would you run in there like that? Oh boy. Okay. All right. Well, Kayla's gonna get messed up here is what's gonna happen. They've all just gone into the cave as well. Okay. Well, yeah, Kayla now needs rescued. Let's try and focus on you and see if we can't do a bunch of damage to take you out nice and quickly, which we're absolutely gonna do. Wait, is Kayla down? No, they're going for the door. Okay. Well, actually, that makes life a little bit easier. Let's go for this one now and see if we can't maybe micromanage this fight enough to get Kayla out of there nice and quickly. Ah, these things are always a pain when they show up in groups of 5 and 6 like this. It looks like we're gonna be fine. That gray is struggling a little bit there, but now we just got the one left. We should be all right, which means hopefully someone can get in there and get Kayla out of there, if they wouldn't mind. There we go. All right. Oh wait, no. Okay, that's really not helpful. No. Thank you. I hate when Stonehearth does that. Oh, nothing gets me more anxious than when a Hearthling goes to rescue someone and then just sort of arbitrarily goes, you know what? I don't feel like it. I don't like that. I don't like it when Stonehearth does that at all. It is the worst thing. Although I will say the best thing is, or one of the best things, is the fact that this little build is coming along kind of quickly, which is great. It's definitely getting there. The rest of them obviously still paused, so gonna be taking a little while, but I like that we're making some progress, and I'm hoping that in not too long we'll be able to start tearing down some of these old buildings and just permanently move Hearthlings into these new ones. Now, what I do think I'll go ahead and do is Apprentice Builder. Beautiful. I forgot we were still building this as well. I think what I'll go ahead and do is wait until morning. And of course it would be a rainy morning, but we're going to wait until, well, now. I'm going to pause. I'm going to go into Mine Custom Block. And what I'd like to do is sort of figure out where exactly these stairs are going to go. Because I want this to be sort of symmetrical. So I need it to be, I think it's that line right there, if I'm not mistaken. I guess there's probably an easier way to measure this, right? So we're going from here to there, so it's 15. So on the 15th one, it is on the 15th, right? Yeah, it is. So the 15th one needs to go. So everything up to 15. So it's 15 by 5, essentially, is what I need to take out here. So 15 by 5. And then we're just going to go down and down and down. And this is going to be another set of stairs over on this side of this little platform that we're building on. And then once we mine this out, I can start working on the wall, which is kind of the idea. That's what I'm wanting to do here. So in fact, I think I could probably start working on it now, just to get a bit of an idea of what it's going to look like. So let's go down to this side. We don't want to use templates. Daily update is, yeah, it could be better. We don't want to use templates. We do want to use walls, and walls are only so high. Can I make walls taller? Is that a thing I can do? I don't know that it is. I can do walls here. I don't think I can make them any taller though, which is unfortunate. So I might just have to use blocks to do this instead, which, ooh, I don't like that. Don't like that. Do not like that at all. I'll use the blocks. I'm going to use mountaintop, I think, as my material for this wall. And I think what I'd like to do is, so again, it's going to be mountaintop. It's going to be a block. I want to do this. So we're just going to cover the entire front of this thing. So we want to leave, what, 5 down at the end there? So something like that. Yeah, that's absolutely where we want to do this. So we'll do that. So we're going to use mountaintop. And then I kind of want to use regal blue for a little part right here. something like that. And then on top of this, I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to do maybe more mountaintop. I mean, I could keep this really, really simple. So if I did some mountaintop right there, for example, obviously a little bit of a boring wall right now. That's okay. Because what I could do is go and get some construction stuff in here, and we could do marble fences on top of this if I really wanted to. I don't think I want to do marble fences on top of this because that seems like a really, really expensive thing to do, but I could do some marble fence posts. I doubt we have the materials to actually make that happen, but we could. I could do clay as well. We have a decent amount of clay sitting around. I just don't know that the clay fences necessarily match the vibe that we're going for here. The wooden ones, obviously, we can make those. The stone ones, obviously, are kind of interesting. I think, annoyingly, the marble ones might be the best bet, just simply because they're kind of, well, as bright as the walls. Which, I mean, looking at the walls and looking at the materials we're using in the rest of construction, which is kind of hard to see. It's very dark right now. Maybe we don't use mountaintop. Oh, and wouldn't you know, the entire game has frozen up again. This has happened a couple of times whilst recording today's episode, and the only thing I can do is reload the save, which I haven't manually saved in a bit. There was probably an autosave in the last 5 minutes, so we haven't really lost much. I can't figure out what's causing this. It's actually kind of a new thing. This is the first time I've seen it just completely seize up like this, and there's nothing I can do. I mean, I can click them, and I can look at, I can sort of like highlight things, but nothing happens. I could reload the HUD. That doesn't really seem to fix it. Like I said, reloading the game is about the only thing I can do to get rid of this issue, which kind of sucks because it keeps, it's setback after setback right now, and it's really, really frustrating. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wrap things up for today. I'm gonna look into the mods that we got going on, see if there's anything I can do whatsoever to figure this out. What I will say is that there is a chance that if I fix this, there's going to be other issues. I'm going to try, like I said, I have ideas for Stonehearth and things I want to do. I want to build this town and build these walls and all that kind of stuff. I'm excited about what we can do here, but the game does keep throwing these issues, and it is getting to the point where it is getting to be unplayable. So what I'm going to ask is, if not Stonehearth, then what? I've got a couple of other city builders and colony management games that I'm looking at right now. One of them is a game called Fabledom. It is a city builder in a fantasy setting. It's pretty cool. Just any game like this, I mean, RimWorld, for example, might be a bit of a departure from the cutesy vibe of Stonehearth, but, you know, let me know what you're thinking in terms of alternatives to Stonehearth if we can't get these issues fixed. And then, you know, if we do fix the issues, I can just look at that list and be like, hey, we finished Stonehearth. Now let's go play one of those. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always, and not necessarily as always, I will hopefully see you next time. Bye-bye.